The biggest mistake beginners make when learning 2D effects is rushing into coloring, shading, and adding details too early, while forgetting that what determines 80% of the effect's appeal is the silhouette shape. In today's video, I will share the shape design mindset for 4 core elements: fire, liquid, lining, and explosion, to help you level up your shape design instantly. Let's start with the fire element. To design the shape of fire, one of my go-to methods is using a single line as the main axis for the entire shape. This line acts just like the vein of a leaf. After drawing the line, we sketch the outer line around it. This line also helps define the thickest and thinnest areas. After that, we add additional curves and sharp peaks. Using this exact same line, we can create many different variations of the flame. When practicing, make sure that the flame details closely follow the line to keep the shape clean. You can also use this exercise to practice thin smoke effects, like smoke from a coffee cup or from a candle, etc. Next, let's move on to the liquid element. When drawing liquids, negative space is extremely important. When introducing negative space into the shape, we must follow the small, medium, large principle. To practice incorporating negative space, I will start with simple shapes and focus on adjusting the size of the negative spaces added inside the silhouette. Avoid making these negative spaces uniform in size or aligning them on the same horizontal axis. This exercise will help you draw liquids with high viscosity for more fluid liquids like water. I will see you in another video where I will break down each element in depth. Next up is the lining and electricity element. For this element, I use the exact same practice methods as fire, but I imagine these curves as a rubber band snapped between two distant points. When practicing these curves, keep in mind not to make them equal in length. There should also be variation in line weight. You can vary your pen pressure while drawing to give your curves distinct, thick and thin dynamics. You can also integrate shorter, thinner lines to depict tiny electrical arcs wrapping around. Once the foundation looks solid, we will shape the lining using the principle of thick, thin, and straight curve. Finally, we come to the smoke and explosion element. To practice drawing smoke shapes, we use about 5 to 7 circles of varying sizes and arrange them at irregular intervals. Once the circles are placed, we begin sculpting the overall shape. While drawing, the most crucial thing to watch out for is the space between details. Avoid making the negative spaces too round and wide. The negative spaces within the same silhouette should not be uniform in size. The midpoint of the curves should also avoid aligning on the same straight line. Once the drawing is done, we need to spend plenty of time analyzing and fixing weak areas before filling in the flat colors. Using that exact same layout, we can continue drawing more variation. Practicing multiple variations helps a ton because it builds your ability to solve a single problem in various ways, ensuring you never run out of ideas later when animating. After finishing the main shape, to create the explosion, we need to draw light and shadows over these spheres. To improve my volume breakdown skills, I like to use 3D software. Here I'm using Unity to reference the lighting and shadows on spherical forms. Then I take a screenshot and bring it into Photoshop to study the lighting and the shapes of the shadow areas. It's best to study various lighting directions, because when drawing an explosion, the light should originate from the center of the blast, radiating outward. Therefore, the shadow areas must be placed accordingly. To fully master shape design, timing, spacing, and the hand-drawn 2D effect pipeline from basic to advanced for all these elements. I have packed all my experience into the 2D effect tutorial bundle. The link is right in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helped your artistic mindset. Happy practicing and see you next time.